everybody. I'm Gary Sinclair. Okay, so we all have regrets in life, right? Things that we got that we could have done without, or frankly should have just said no to. Or maybe we purchased an expensive toy or a car we didn't need, continued a relationship that lasted way too long, took a fencing or ballet class, or went to a Meatloaf concert. You do know what I'm talking about, right? You watched something that afterwards you thought, I'm never going to get those 2 hours back. Ugh. Well, I'll leave the specific examples for you to choose in your own life. Today, I want to be way more positive and share several things that I and Jackie were a part of that we'd do again if we had a chance to start over. Now, my items may or may not be on your list, but maybe they'll spur an idea or two that you could do, or you could say the same thing about decades from now and go, yeah, I'm really glad I did that. So the good news is that we can all go from regrets to can't forgets if we'll just be intentional about a few important priorities. So let me suggest some and see if they spur an idea in you. First, I would want to do again some of the hard things that help shape important attitudes, perspectives, faith, initiatives and goals, and life priorities. My music lessons growing up were really hard, but now I'm a pretty good musician. My English teacher in 10th and 11th grade was so demanding. But I write books now, in part because of her. Jackie's cancer and my transplant were pretty overwhelming at times for us both. And I don't recommend wanting these things, but you know what? We're both alive as a result, and we've learned a lot about what others go through with similar pain and challenges. Second, I'd stand again on the top of 9 14,000-foot mountains with some of the people I love the most. Tim, our son, Amy, our daughter, Jackie, and some other friends. See, these peaks were also extremely difficult, at least for lowlanders like me, but the experience of tackling something big with special people and making memories was so worth it for me, and I hope for them. Third, I'd give much of my adult resources and blessings, finances, time, vacations, preparation, language learning, and wisdom to serve people here and overseas. I'd do that again. The lessons, the outcomes, the perspectives, the friendships, the changed lives, the smiles, and lifelong relationships that still occur from those connections literally changed me from the inside out. In fact, as I typed the script for this vlog, there's a woman from Eastern Europe who we have worked with in ministry, and she now works with kids. Well, she's staying here in our home with some other American missionaries from the same ministry. Fourth, I'd come alongside individuals, couples, and families who are hurting. Yep, do that again. So they're struggling, they're trying to figure out how to save their relationship, their sanity, their future, and their standing in their organization. Most were a mess in some way, but aren't we all? Nonetheless, I'd walk with them through their swamp again any day, because in many cases, I saw them get through to the other side. They often found hope and strength and purpose, and their relationship with Jesus started or grew by leaps and bounds from the inside out. See, there are few feelings better than those that come for those sessions together. Finally, I would fight again against the tyranny of the urgent and make sure that my greatest regret wasn't that I pursued goals that built me up while ignoring and leaving my family to feel like they're just an add-on, rather than they're the loves of my life. See, this was and actually still is at times a chronic battle that only settles down but never goes away. But you know what? The battle is worth it and belongs to the Lord. Find those things you do again, and I'll bet they'll bring a smile to your face and many more to come. Thanks for listening.